Dear students, let's continue with the topic colloids. Now, today we will be having types of colloidal solution on the basis of the different dispersed phase and dispersion medium. We know that in colloids, like true solution, we are having solute and solvent, but for colloid, we are calling it as dispersed phase and dispersion medium, where dispersed phase it is the substance which are in a lesser amount, and dispersion medium it is the substance which are in greater amount, and combination of these two will give rise to colloids. So here, on the basis of different physical state of dispersed phase and dispersion medium, we are having some classification or types of colloidal solution. First, when we have dispersed phase as solid and dispersion medium which is also solid, so it is a combination of solid and solid. So here the common name for the colloid is given as solid sol. For this one we can take example of alloys. Alloys is formed by the combination of metal with metal, or it can also form by the combination of metal with non-metal. We can also take example of gemstone. It is also combination of solid and solid. Second, dispersed phase which is again in solid state, and dispersion medium that is in liquid state. So combination of solid and liquid is called to be a sol. Here we can take example of starch. We can take example of muddy water in which a small amount of solid is dispersed over liquid, which is called as sol. Third, dispersed phase that is solid, and dispersion medium is gas. It means in the gas small amount of solid is dispersed, which is called to be as aerosols. That is mostly found in the industrial area, where this small solid particles is dispersed over gas. We can take example of smoke, dust particles or dust storm. Next, dispersed phase that is liquid. Here liquid is dispersed over solid, that is dispersion medium is solid. So the common name of this one given is gel. Here also we can take example of jellies, cheese, shoe polish, in which liquid is dispersed over solid medium. Next, combination of liquid and liquid, where dispersed phase and dispersion medium both are in liquid state. Here the common name of this one is emulsion. Here also we can take example like milk, cod liver oil. These are the example of emulsion. Next we have liquid dispersed over gas. Name of this one is called to be as liquid aerosol. Liquid dispersed over gas, here we can take example for this one is water vapor, mist, fog, cloud. These all are the example for liquid aerosol. Now, gas as a dispersed phase and solid as dispersion medium, in which gases are dispersed over solid, which is called to be a solid form. Here we can take example of sponge, pumic stone, in which we are having sponge which is having small pores, and on that pores some gases are filled. That is called to be a solid form. Now again, dispersed with that is gas, and dispersion medium is liquid, in which gases is dispersed over liquid. Here also we can take example of soft drinks, in which gases is dispersed over the liquid. Here the common name of this one is foam. Again we are having example like soap lather, lemonade froth, or whipped cream, that is used for cake. Okay, but we cannot make colloids of gas and gas, because we know that gases can diffuse very easily. That's why intermixing can take place very rapidly. So these gases and gases do not form colloids. So these are various 8 types of colloidal solution. Now again we are having classification of colloids based on the physical state of dispersed phase and dispersion medium, that already we have discussed, that on the basis of different state, physical state of dispersed phase and dispersion medium, we are having 8 type of colloidal solution. Now again we have classification based on the nature of interaction between dispersed phase and dispersion medium. Interaction means how they are interacted with one another, that is dispersed phase and dispersion medium. So these are classified into two, that is lyophilic soul and lyophobic soul. First we will have lyophilic soul. Again, lyophilic is what? It means it has great affinity, means dispersed phase has great affinity towards the dispersion medium. It means liquid loving substance. Here it can mix with one another very easily and form colloids. It is quite stable and it do not get precipitated very easily, because they can be mixed with each other easily, and the interaction between these two is very strong. That's why it cannot get precipitated, and they are quite stable in nature, means for keeping some time it do not form precipitate. Second thing that we people have to know about the lyophilic soul is that they are reversible in nature. It means it can be reversed back. Here we can take example for this one is like gel. If we are taking gel, so gel can mostly exist at the temperature below room temperature, but whenever we are taking this gel at room temperature, it again get converted into the solution form, and on evaporating this solution, here we will get the dispersed phase and dispersion medium separately. Okay. One more thing, that these lyophilic souls are always neutral in nature. They do not have any charge on that. Here we can take example for lyophilic soul, that is soul of gum, gelatin, starch, protein, polymers. Okay. So whenever we are taking any other liquid than water, it is called to be as lyophilic soul. But whenever we are taking water as a liquid or dispersion medium, it is called to be as hydrophilic soul. Next classification, that is lyophobic soul. Lyophobic soul, it is all the property just opposite to that of lyophilic, which do not have very little, or it has very little affinity towards the dispersion medium. They are liquid hating substance here, because it is just opposite of that. So lyophilic, they are reversible, but here this lyophobic is irreversible in nature, and they can be precipitated very easily. Okay, like earlier that lyophilic one, that cannot be precipitated because the interaction between the dispersion medium and dispersed is very high. That's why it cannot be precipitated. But here, because the interaction is very low and it do not have any affinity, that's why it can be coagulated or precipitated very easily, and they are irreversible in nature, as once they get precipitated, again it cannot form colloid by shaking or by any medium. Mostly they are chemical solutions, and they are also having charged particles, like sometimes they may have positive charge, sometimes they may have negative charge on that. So here also same thing, if we are having any other liquid than water, it is called to be as lyophobic, and when it has liquid as water, it is called to be as hydrophobic soul. So these are the classification of colloids on the basis of interaction between the dispersed phase and the dispersion medium. Now one more type of classification here we are having, that is classification based on the type of particle of dispersed phase. What type of particles are present in dispersed phase? Depending upon the nature of particle of dispersed phase, it is classified into three, that is multimolecular, macromolecular, and associated colloid. First we will be having multimolecular colloids. It is a type of colloid where the size of the particle is very small, because here the size of particle is very small, that is less than 1 nanometer. That's why these particles combine with one another, because if the size of the particle is this much small, that is below 1 nanometer, then it exists like true solution, but actually they are colloids. That's why here the size would be little greater than 1 nanometer. So here what happened, here the small atoms or molecules, they combine with one another and aggregate with one another and then formation of cluster takes place, and formation of big colloid big particle takes place, and then it is called to be as multimolecular colloids. Here we can take example for this one is a gold sol, or also we can take example of sulfurate. Many different S8 molecule combined with one another with a very weak force of attraction, that is called to be as van der Waals forces. Okay, so here actually how the multimolecular colloids are formed by the aggregation of small particles of the colloids. Okay, next we have macromolecular colloids. Macromolecular colloid is actually what, here the size of the molecule is already very high, very large, and because the size is very large, that's why they have high molecular mass, means varying between 1000 to millions, and they are mostly naturally occurring macromolecules like starch. We can take example for this one of proteins or cellulose. Here we can also have, we may also have some artificial macromolecules like polymers, polythenes. Okay, so these are the substance having big size molecule in which the dispersed phase particle is have size in the range of colloidal particles. Okay, now next we are having associated colloids. Associated colloid is what? It is a type of colloids in which aggregation of, means if we are taking any electrolyte, if we are having a solution in which we have added electrolyte, and if the amount or concentration of electrolyte is very less, then it behave as normal electrolyte. But if we are going to increase the concentration of the electrolyte, then it behave as associated colloid. Here also aggregation of these uh, colloids or molecules takes place, or aggregation of these electrolyte, because as the concentration is going on increases, on increasing the concentration, here the electrolyte is going to combine with one another or aggregate with one another, and then formation of cluster takes place. Okay, so this cluster or aggregated particles formed by associated colloids in the solution is called to be as micelles. Okay, here we can take example for associated colloids as soaps and detergent, that already we have discussed about the soap and detergent. So this micelle cannot be formed very easily. For the formation of such type of micelle, we need to have certain concentration. This concentration is called to be as critical micelle concentration. In short, it can also be called as CMC. Okay, and here this micelle formation can takes place at the temperature, at a particular temperature. So this particular temperature is called to be as Kraft temperature. Sometime 1 marks question may also be asked that what is CMC and what do you mean by Kraft temperature. Okay, so once again I am going to tell you that here associated colloids and multimolecular colloids are seems to be same, but actually they are not same, because in case of multimolecular colloids, here small molecules combine with one another to form cluster, but in case of associated colloids, here ions are going to combine with one another and they are forming clusters. Okay, so these are the major difference between the multimolecular and associated colloids. So for today we have this much only. With that I am going to finish today's session. In the next class we will finish this chapter. Students, thank you for hearing me. If you will be getting any doubt regarding this topic, so kindly please contact me in my WhatsApp number, or you can also call me. Thank you so much.